I still remember getting my first Bakugan. It was a dark as Percival. I would stick that thing everywhere I could. On the fridge, on my parents' car. I tried putting it on my grandma's leg after I found out she had a metal rod in there. The beating I got was worth it, but the point is, Bakugan's in my childhood top 3. And it's not second or third. So when my favorite series crossed over with one of my favorite hobbies, I did everything I could to get this game. I ended up beating it over a dozen times. Now the question remains, is Bakugan the peak game that I remember, or just another shit cash grab that plagued that time period? As always, I'm going to recap the story, but I'll leave the review portion timestamped below. Probably. We meet our hero, young Solo. Go ahead, rate the fit. You already know I had to give him the new Vestroya 7s, come on now. We go out for a walk and immediately get mugged for our shoes by Akira and Shuji. Thankfully, Dan shows up, teaching us about self-confidence and how to brawl. After our victory, we learn that young Solo is a bit of a stalker. He knows all about Dan and his Discord server, the Battle Brawlers. He's even got a poster of Runo hanging up on his ceiling, but that's a little too much information. Point is, he wants to fulfill his dream of becoming a Bakugan Battle Brawler, and also bag the blue-haired girl. In order to do that, he needs a cool ace Bakugan like Drago or Preus, but we have no luck. He's too broke to afford anything, and it's not like one's just gonna randomly fall out of the sky. Alright, we got everything we need for an amateur Bakugan career. Thank the 6 Guardians of Vestroya. We meet our new Bakugan, Leonidas. He's a little...
They're just names to me. I will crush them.
Quirky, to say the least. But we use him to demolish the competition. Shuji somehow thought he had any chance of winning despite looking like a less hairy Mickey Mouse villain. Then we face Runo. She's trying to earn the prize money to quit her day job as a waitress. Not on my watch, she isn't. Better not let my fries get cold when I enter the shop later to celebrate. In the finals, Marucho gets shocked faster than all the side characters every time a new season rolls around. He's lucky that's all that happened. I was so tempted to grab him by those goofy little handlebars on his head and swing his ass into the Doom Dimension. After the tournament, we get confronted by Marucho and Runo. Be cool, little bro. If you want to join them, this is your only chance to make a good first impression.
Tigrera is just jealous.
Nailed it. They're worried about Leonidas' aggressive battling style, but Dan offers to help us prove them wrong by battling with us in the upcoming tag tournament. Winning there will get us one step closer to the UBT, the Ultimate Battle Tournament. In the preliminaries, we send J-pop idols Jenny and Jules to go work on their upcoming album. In the quarterfinals, we face Billy and Komba. They're trying to stop the segregation going on in Vestroya, so when the Bakugan return, they can live in harmony, together. I don't want to be the one who crushes their hopes and dreams, so I'll let Dan do it.
I'm the man.
In the semis, we face Chan Lee and her partner Julio, or as I prefer to call them, Millie Bobby Brown and Drake. I'm not trying to imply anything weird, but by the looks of it, he should be looking for the One Piece, or paying a mortgage, not losing to a couple of preteens. Last up is the 2v2 against Marucho and Runo. They're just a couple of third-rate brawlers with fourth-rate Bakugan. Except you, Preus, my glorious little whatever you are. We win the cup to become tag champs with Dan. A title that means nothing, because we're back to singles competition in the Battle Royale Cup. But as we're entering the arena, Julie accuses us of being the ones that hurt Dan and Drago. They were attacked by a Darkest user with white hair. It's circumstantial evidence at best, but here come Marucho and Runo. Getting embarrassed twice wasn't enough for them. Since they want to gang up on us, might as well brawl it out on the finals. But first we battle Shuji, Akira, and Billy. Looking at them all together here is making me realize that they look like an Instagram artist drew a normal type trainer OC with an Ace, Snorlax, and Rattata. In the semis we go against Chan Lee, Julio, and Klaus. 3 of the best this world has to offer. Thankfully I'm well versed in instigating, so we pin Chan Lee and Klaus against each other, while quietly abusing Julio so viciously, he's gonna have to change his last name to Rance after this. Marucho, Runo, and Julie turn the Battle Royale into a 3v1, and still lose. No wonder 2 out of the 3 of them got left behind when New Vestroya came around. Should have been all 3 if Marucho wasn't such a nosy little prick. Our victory proves our innocence, because Dan's true assailant shows up, Marduk and his Bakugan Gladiator. They try recruiting us to the dark side. I'd accept, but I can't wear one of those silly little masks. These glasses are prescriptions, so. Gladiator reveals that Leonidas was created in the Doom Dimension. But it doesn't matter if he's a literal hellspawn. He's my little hellspawn, and that's all that matters. Like clockwork, we get falsely accused by another brawler, this time Shun. He'll be waiting in the finals. Right now, we focus on Jenny and Jules. Since their tag run didn't work out, they tried battling us in singles competition. And like their newest album, they were completely disappointing. Chan Lee is back for some reason. How is she even here? She's lost every tournament she was in. Is there like a loser's bracket letting her fall upwards or something? Julie didn't learn her lesson the first time around. Apparently if you jump Swin in a 3v1, then your odds should drastically go up in a 1v1, right? That's the kind of math that makes Scott Steiner proud. Finally, we face Shun, the master of the sky. He earned that nickname for his natural ability to consistently keep throwing his Bakugan off the stage. After a final round where no battling occurred, Masquerade appears challenging us to a duel. He could have just entered the tournament. or waited for us at the park, but this is more dramatic. Unlike our battle where he adopts Shun's strategy of never landing on a card. Maybe if he cleaned that foggy ass visor, he would have stood a chance. Wait, is that freaking Alice? There's no way. She's just a humble immigrant trying to earn a living in a new country. Right? I know what you are. She didn't fold under pressure, it can't be her. Unless... Start off the Pirates tournament against Julio. This is my third time seeing him and I still can't tell if he's a middle-aged man playing a kid's game, or a bald 14-year-old who was abandoned at the gym and survived off performance-enhancing drugs. Probably should have shared some with his team because of how badly he got gapped. Chan Li returns and I'd like to take a minute to talk about the deeper symbolism behind your Bakugan, Fortress. Not many people know this, but its 3 faces represent her getting 3-0'd on 3 separate occasions. In the battle against Klaus, he becomes the first person to avoid getting completely swept. I'm happy for him, but I'm even more proud of myself for resisting the urge to throw Leonidas into his eye to complete that Maximilian Pegasus look he's got going on. In the finals, we beat Dan, becoming an official member of the Battle Brawlers. You better believe I'm reaping all the benefits, like getting dragged into interdimensional conflicts. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. I'm gonna head back to the park. I hear Shuji's been talking mad. Damn it! Masquerade and Marduk appear announcing they'll be waiting for us in the UBT. I want to be mad, but how can I? I'm ranked among the best of the best, alongside a mentally stable Bruce Wayne, an Outback spokeswoman, Hatsune Miku, a Naruto fan, a future multi-time war veteran, a bipolar Russian, and a theater kid. Toss in a furry and they could pass as the main cast of a Persona game. After beating Marduk, Gladiator covers the arena in negative energy, evolving by draining the other Bakugan of their energy. All except for the little devil on her shoulder, who evolves into Omega Leonidas, after performing the Bakugan equivalent of the Super Saiyan God ritual. Get him, Leonidas. We can win first turn if you grab that axe out of his hand and use it as a bat to swing Marduk into orbit. Gladiator and Leonidas end up using all their energy in the final battle, and disappear to the Doom Dimension. For good this time. Goodbye, my violent demonic friend. I vow to patrol the park, jumping random people in your honor. If I can't throw Bakugan, I might as well throw fists. Farewell. And we end much like we started. Broke, and without a cool ace Bakugan. Thankfully, as we're about to use Akira as a weapon to beat Shuji with, Leonidas returns. Gladiator sacrificed himself to keep him alive, and now that we're reunited, we can go back to brawling. I didn't really intend to make this video. I'd be lying if I said I just wanted to revisit a game I used to love. Which is true, but I used this playthrough as an excuse to put off writing my Vengeance video, which led to me finding more excuses to keep procrastinating through Bakugan. I loaded up the game saying I'm only going to play for 1 hour, max. 48 hours later, I have the game beat, I'm midway through the first season of the show, and I'm downloading Defenders of the Core. So needless to say, my procrastination accidentally rekindled my love of the series, but I'll talk more on that later. Let's focus on the game for now. The story is simple, straightforward, just going through different tournaments with minor story progression in between. It's not a masterfully crafted experience that fully immerses you, but it serves its purpose. That being that, usually with tie-in games, one of the main appeals is being able to interact with your favorite characters. But aside from Dan, the main cast is not accurate to the show. Like, at all. They spend 52 episodes stressing the importance of the relationship between the Brawlers and their Bakugan. The last episode is them giving a tearful goodbye, but when it comes to Leonidas, immediately they tell you, dump him. Leave him in an unmarked duffel in the back of Runo's family shop and walk away. But in the park, they'll gladly challenge you to a rematch despite how dangerous Leonidas is. The writing is inconsistent, yet I can excuse that because as you'd expect in a tie-in game, the main attraction is the battling. It's faithful to the TCG. 3 Bakugan, 3 gate cards, 3 ability cards. First to 3 gate cards wins. Difference is, after the ability phase you do 1 of 3 mini games. The shooting battle, which is a copy and paste of that one Budokai loading screen. The shaking battle that almost made me pull my computer off the desk. And the timing battle. A shit rhythm game that, thanks to poor motion controls, you'll almost always mess up once you get to the 3rd level. If you really want, you can avoid battling altogether by shooting enemy Bakugan off the map. Or you can abuse the sphere attack. By hitting your opponent's Bakugan at the right angle, you can weaken them or knock them out altogether in some rare cases. Of course, as you make your way through the game, you'll unlock different maps. They come with different type advantages and disadvantages. On every map except for 2, there's power-ups that increase your G power, and cards that'll mess up your opponent's next throw or give you some kind of advantage. Whether it be a barrier, jamming field, battle boost. If you want an extra challenge, you can change the difficulty of the maps, adding obstacles and getting rid of barriers surrounding the arena, making it easier to fall off. It's not all that complex, but that's one of the best parts about it. Anybody could pick up the game and enjoy it. I used to have screaming matches with my cousins whenever they came over to play this, and I hope to relive those memories with my nephew who just started getting into the series. The remake, not the original, but believe me, I'll fix that. It's a shame no more games were released in this style. They had a good format that could have been carried over as the show progressed into New Vestroia, Godelian Invaders, and Mectanium Surge. I don't know why they ditched it entirely instead of refining it. Not like there's any use bitching about it now. Since it's a tie-in game to the original series that's been over for 15 years, there's no shot it sees a remake or remaster. But revisiting the original series is a goldmine for whoever the hell owns the property should take advantage of. I'm not talking a full-fledged revival, but maybe a proper send-off like Digimon got with the Tri movies, or how Yu-Gi-Oh got with Dark Side of Dimensions, or maybe a game that covers the 4 seasons of the original series with this playstyle. Seeing the series get 2 reboots at this point, it makes me glad that kids out there still get to enjoy this franchise like I used to. Hell, like I currently am all over again. It's just, if Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon can bring back the original cast for one last send-off, I want Bakugan to do the same. For those who stuck around this long, or those like me who might have forgotten about the series. Well, that's all I got for this one. I'm gonna go do my daily 3 AM gas station run. I don't know the cashier's name, but he worries if I don't show up. So subscribe, or don't. Either way, I'm gonna head out. Later.